Good morning, and thank you for your patience, everyone. Well, good morning, and on behalf of the City of Laredo and Mayor Dr. Victor Di Treviño, we welcome and thank you for joining us for this special recognition and proclamation ceremony. My name is Isabel Sosa, Public Information Specialist for the City of Laredo, and today we gather to honor a remarkable group of individuals whose actions demonstrated extraordinary courage, compassion, and selflessness during a moment of tragedy. When faced with uncertainty, danger, and risk, these individuals chose to step forward and help others in need. Their willingness to act during a critical moment reflects the strength, character, and resilience that define our community. We are grateful for your presence, and we recognize these local heroes and their contributions. At this time, I would like to acknowledge our honored guests and elected officials in attendance. Please allow me to welcome the Honorable Mayor for the City of Laredo, the Honorable Dr. Victor Di Treviño, and his wife, Ms. Rosa Marquez de Treviño. From District 3, the Honorable Melissa Cigarroa. From District 8, the Honorable Alisa Cigarroa. Joining us as well, United States Congressman, Mr. Henry Cuellar, the Honorable Henry Cuellar. And representing our Texas State Representative, the Honorable Don McLaughlin, is Ms. Lupita Cepeda. Welcome. Joining us as well from the City of Laredo is our City Secretary, Mr. Mario Maldonado. And our Laredo Police Department Chief, Miguel Rodriguez. Thank you all for being here today. To begin our program, it is my honor to welcome the Mayor of the City of Laredo, Dr. Victor Di Treviño, to join us.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. As Mayor of the City of Laredo, I'm joined by Congressman Cuellar, thank you, members of the City Council, and community leaders to recognize a group of individuals whose actions remind us that humanity is capable of when it is at our very best. On the night of the aircraft accident near Laredo in the municipal airport, I, along with the chiefs and other agencies, were present and saw firsthand what proper training, coordination, and most importantly, acts of heroism averted. I can say that the outcome was nothing short of unremarkable. It is also something that serves as a powerful reminder of dangers associated with responding to emergencies, especially dangers that can include smoke inhalation, fire, fuel explosions, and countless unknown risks. In moments of crisis, we also see natural human responses, fear and courage. Fear is a normal reaction. Courage, however, is a decision to act despite fear. The individual we honor today demonstrated extraordinary courage when they stepped up forward to assist passengers following the emergency and the landing of the airplane. They did not stop to ask who needed the help, where they came from, or whether helping them would place them at their own safety risk. They simply saw fellow human beings in need and responded with compassion, selflessness, and determination. I will tell you that in today's world, we often hear about the negative. We hear about conflict, division, crime, and the challenges facing our communities. Rarely we do hear enough about countless acts of kindness, courage, and generosity that take place every day. This is why the story is such a welcome reminder. It is a relief to be able to stand here today and share an example of when people come together, helping one another, and putting humanity before everything else. These are the stories that deserve to be told because they remind us of the goodness that still exists around us. The willingness of these individuals to provide aid offer comfort, and assist first responders, helped change the trajectory of that emergency. Their actions reflected the values that define not only our city, but our shared humanity, service, compassion, resilience, and respect for human life. They remind us that heroes are not always those who wear uniforms or hold official titles, although there were many heroes in uniform that night. Sometimes heroes are neighbors, workers, travelers, and bystanders who make the conscientious step to step forward when others need them the most. On behalf of the City of Laredo and our entire community, I want to express our deepest gratitude to each of these individuals, including those who chose not to be publicly recognized today, which I will deliver the recognition personally. Your courage, quick thinking, and willingness to help others is an inspiration to all of us. Today, through this mayoral proclamation, we honor you, not only for what you did, but what you represent. The enduring spirit of our community that comes together in times of need, and the belief that even in the most difficult moments, ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary things. Please join me in congratulating and thanking these remarkable citizens in their selfless service, extraordinary courage, and unwavering commitment to their fellow human beings. And I will read it in Spanish now. Gracias por acompañarnos hoy conjunto con el congresista Henry Cuellar, miembros del Cabildo, nuestro jefe de policía y otros líderes de la comunidad. Nos reunimos para reconocer un grupo de ciudadanos cuyas acciones nos recuerdan lo mejor de la condición humana. La noche del accidente aéreo cerca del aeropuerto municipal de Laredo, fuimos testigos del profesionalismo de nuestros primeros respondedores y también de la valentía de la ciudadanía, que sin obligación alguna decidieron actuar para ayudar a otros en medio de una situación peligrosa e incierta. En momentos de crisis existen los dos representantes naturales, el miedo y el valor. El miedo es normal, el valor es actuar a pesar de él. Las personas que hoy reconocemos demostraron ese valor y nos preguntamos, ¿quién necesitaba ayuda donde venían de personas afectadas? Siempre vieron a seres humanos en necesidad y respondieron con compasión, solidaridad y generosidad. Vimos una época donde la frecuencia escuchamos noticias negativas, escuchamos sobre conflictos, divisiones y problemas, pero rara vez escuchamos suficientes historias como esta. Historias de personas que ayudando a otras personas sin esperar nada a cambio. Por esto este reconocimiento es tan importante. Nos recuerda de la bondad, la solidaridad y la humanidad siguen siendo presentes en nuestra comunidad. Las acciones de estos ciudadanos reflejan los valores que distinguen a Laredo: servicio, compasión, resiliencia y respeto a la vida humana. A nombre de la ciudad de Laredo, les expreso nuestra más profunda gratitud. Hoy honramos no solamente lo que hicieron, sino lo que representan. El espíritu de una comunidad que se une cuando más se necesita. Y muchas gracias, estamos al tanto aquí, vamos a escuchar otras personas que hablan. Y muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I invite District 3 Councilmember Melissa Cigarroa to share a few words, please.
Good morning. I am truly honored to be in the presence of individuals who gave of themselves that evening, the night that this incredible event happened in our city that no one could have imagined. It came out like a Hollywood movie where a plane was landed on Loop 20 and threatened to explode. passengers trapped, and people who could have been hit by this plane, instead of fleeing, chose to stay and chose to offer their assistance in the most sincere, humane way that we know, by running towards an accident, by running towards risking everything to try to save the unfortunate passengers who perhaps were alive, and that was not a guarantee. And thank God for that. The example that you've shown is tremendous. It will be spoken about for generations, and it gives us such hope to know that there's such goodness out there when strangers will risk themselves in order to save a life. And what a beautiful thing that 3 children were saved. We talk about miracles, the fact that the pilot avoided the neighborhood, the fact that the pilot was able to land the plane and it did not explode, the fact that the majority of people there were saved. But those are also choices. Choices by the pilot, the skill and experience to be able to land that plane, and a willingness to veer off course to do it. The willingness of people to run towards that plane and open the doors so that the children could be saved. And while we were deeply saddened that a life was lost, I know as a parent that in this crazy world, that would be your best hope, that your children would survive. But that did not come because the father was praying, or that didn't come because only the father was praying as the plane was going down. It came because people and this community chose to act in miraculous ways and run towards that plane. So on behalf of the city, on behalf of the council, thank you so much for your heroic actions that were really just actions of people moved in order to save another, and that's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. At this time, it is my privilege to invite United States Congressman Henry Cuellar to share a few words.
And good morning to y'all, Mayor, Mr. Trevino, Cigarroa. And of course, Chief, always a pleasure seeing you and all of y'all for being here today, this morning. You know, I work in Washington, D.C., and I have an opportunity to work with a lot of people up there in Washington, people from across the nation, people from different parts of the world. When I talk to them about Laredo, they say, what's so special about Laredo? And I've always said is, you know, not only, you know, the #1 inland port, not only are we one of the safest cities across the nation and in Texas, but it's always the people. And I always joke around, it must be the water from the Rio Grande, Rio Bravo that makes it special. But there is something very special about people from Laredo, what I call the 956 folks. So today it is very special. The real 956, yeah, you know, we've seen people try to say the 956, but the real 956. But I have to say that, as the chief said, it's, you know, we're very special here. We are very, very special. And this is why we're here, is to recognize the folks. I start off with the police for being there. I want to thank the police for the work that you did. So thank you again for all of the work that our police department has done. Thank you so much. Also want to thank the fire department and EMS and the other first responders. Again, thank you so much for doing that. Those are folks that we celebrate and will continue celebrating, the folks that work for the city and the county, the state, and the federal government. But also it's the community folks that are present here today. And as the mayor said, we don't have everybody here. But we certainly want to thank the folks that are present here today. We want to say thank you so much for what you've done, not only you, but also your family for being here. And for the folks that are not present here, we also want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You know, we're here to recognize, as the city councilwoman said, and as the mayor said, to recognize a group of individuals that actions reflect the very best of our community. There were some people that, there was one person that passed away and some other folks that were not. I saw that a little doggy also passed away also, one of their pets also. But the individual that passed away, I never got to meet him. He was in my office several times because in Austin, he was involved in tech and defense. We had a couple meetings that were never able to set up because of my time in appropriations. It just consumes us to 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, long days. But actually, this week or the next week, we're supposed to have met. So to his family and to the folks at his business, we certainly send our condolences and our prayers to that individual. The crash that we saw was very difficult. I used to have an airplane, and I say this is that planes are wonderful pieces of equipment, but they can also carry a risk. And the skill of the pilot that you mentioned has to be recognized on it because he was able to avoid neighborhoods, was able to land safely, and then we had that collision there. But I also know about jet fuel. And jet fuel can be, something that's very flammable. You just don't know, especially when you saw the fire. And the reason I say that is because I think all of y'all saw, you were there, and I was talking to Mr. Mendez here, and I asked Mr. Mendez, "What do you do?" He says, "Trabajo en los jardines." I said, "Era como mi papá también. Nosotros, we used to work for the cigarroas." We used to work for the cigarroas. My father was the gardener for Leo and Joaquin Cigarroa. And so we were just talking about it, Los Jardines. But I say that because I said, you do know the fire, you saw the fire. And what he said was, yes, I knew there was a fire, and I think that applies to all of y'all that were there. But Mr. Mendez said, I saw the fire. I knew that it was dangerous, but I was there because the people needed me. And so were the rest of y'all. They needed you. So even during this possible explosion, you were still there, just like the police, the fire department, the other EMS. You were there under that very difficult situation, and you chose to help. You could have just been on the sideline, just taking photos and video, but you were there helping. And I remember that particular one, trying to break a airplane window. I'm familiar with airplane windows. They're very hard, but you were trying, and you were there helping. All of y'all were there helping. So I certainly, know that the uncertainty and the danger, and you decided not to just stand by, but you decided to go face forward, like Melissa said, in it. You stepped into action to assist in every way that you matter. You were there with the first responders, and in many ways, you were first responders because some of y'all were there at the very, very beginning. And that tells us what you did is your actions reminds us of what I always say, what makes Laredo very special. It's the strength of a community that's measured by its people, what we do as individuals, and what we do as neighbors trying to help others that need help. And that's what you did at that moment. That moment tested each of you. I'm sure you were thinking certain things as you were there. The adrenaline that was in you, and it tested you, but you stepped forward, and you definitely demonstrated strength, courage, and determination there. Your actions took place. It was a matter of moments. It was just fast. I'm sure it was very fast. But your actions, even though those were only moments in time, just a snapshot of a situation, but your actions will remain with us, as the mayor said, for a long, long, long time. We certainly want to recognize you. The mayor's going to do this, the city council is going to do that. We also have some congressional recognitions to say, we want to say thank you. Again, people have asked me, tell me about Laredo. What's Laredo so special? Because I'm always bragging about Laredo. Yes, we're the #1 inland port, and with the bridges and all, we're going to stay as the #1 inland port in the country, in the Western Hemisphere. Yes, we're the safest city, but what makes us so special It's the people, like the ones we're recognizing today. Puro 956. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Congressman Cuellar. Next, we will hear from Laredo Police Department Chief Miguel Rodriguez Jr.
Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. Mayor, thank you for always being, in front of this. Our councilwomen, our council always being in front of this. And Congressman, man, I cannot, thank you enough for always being here with us. But I want to say this, that night, 6/16, it was kind of a little bit of a sped up traumatic event for the whole city, right? And because I remember I was watching the Texas game against Georgia. I love baseball, right? And I was fully engaged in it. So I heard my phone buzz, and it buzzed again, and it buzzed again. I'm like, maybe it's the crash, something that I was gonna grab it, right? But then I get a phone call from Deputy Chief Jorge Valdez, and he just tells me, Chief, did you see your phone? I said, no. Look at your phone. So I grab my phone, and I see the drone video. It's like, holy moly, is this true? So he tells me, he said, I'll see you there, I'll see you there. I said, wait a minute, where did this happen? I just couldn't see the address, right? So we ended up going down to the location. But the best thing that happened, it was a bunch of people there. And then I see Deputy Chief Valdez, and then Officer Joy Baez comes and shows me a video. And he says, look at all the officers that were very close to the plane and trying to get the people out, right? And I say, well, and then he tells me, look at all the people that were around the airplane. And it was just incredible to see all the people that were trying to get him out, right? All of you here today trying to get these individuals that were inside the plane out. It takes a lot of guts to do that. The officers know that at any moment things can go south in that kind of situation. But for you not to care about it and just completely go in there, it's another level, right? And so today, I do want to say, I want to keep it short, that what you did was very heroic. But more than anything, is the heart that this city has. Closing the entire Loop 20 and creating this chaotic day for everybody, and still the city continues to be resilient and making sure that we continue to be that happy city that we always are. It takes a lot from the city, because we know that every time that we come in to work, we always rely on a certain way to come to work, right? And that day, everybody was just completely disrupted. But at the same time, everybody agreed that it was something that had to happen, right? And so at the end of the day, we continue pushing the note that Laredo is the greatest city on earth. And we continue to push in the note that everybody here has a lot of heart. We had an event on Friday, and somebody was talking about, we need to go back to basics, right? The good old neighbor way of, taking care of our homes, doing all these things. We're still there. We're still there. There's a lot of great people in our city. And I can tell you that every day that I come into work, that's what continues pushing me. I rose through the ranks within this department because I love this city. But I'll tell you what, in 2015, I was going to McAllen for a little birthday party for my son's daughter. For my brother's daughter. And 2015, I can tell you for all of you that are here, 2015, I was involved in a car accident on the highway going from Hebronville to Falfurrias. And I was with my wife. It's a good thing I didn't take my two sons because they were very little. But in 2015, this is why I'm always against drunk drivers, because it was a drunk driver that hit me. And we were in the middle of the road, and it was two individuals that stopped and was able to get my wife out. And I said, it's okay. You can get her out. And I couldn't move, right? So it was those two individuals that stopped, and then there was an additional two individuals that stopped and helped us out of the truck. They couldn't get me out because I was trapped. But I can tell you, to this date, I still keep in contact with them because I remember what they did that day. And so if it wasn't because of them, I wouldn't be here today. So I always thank them on our anniversary. I always call them and thank them because it was because of them. So I hope that this family remembers this and continues to have connections with you guys. Because if it wasn't because of you, they wouldn't have been here today. Because those jets, those airplanes, structurally, they go down real quick. And though that few, it could have ignited the plane within seconds. And so thank you to you, those individuals are still here today. We wish that everybody was here today. Unfortunately, there was one loss and the little doggy. But at the end of the day, it was because of you that they're here today. So I hope they do keep in contact with you and make sure that they keep that connection. Mil gracias, Jonathan. Te aventaste. Gracias por todo. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, today we recognize individuals whose actions embodied the highest ideals of service, courage, and humanity. Before we begin the presentation of recognitions, I would like to share that many of the individuals we honor today were identified through messages and comments from community members on social media. Following those efforts, we were able to confirm and connect with several of these remarkable individuals, and we are especially pleased that they accepted our invitation to join us today, alongside their families. Their presence here, allows us the opportunity to personally express our gratitude and recognize the impact of their actions on behalf of the entire city of Laredo. At this time, I'm going to ask Mayor Dr. Victor Trevino and Congressman Henry Cuellar to come forward. We're going to move the podium to the side so that we can have our guest here. The City of Laredo Mayor's recognition states, in recognition of your selfless actions and unwavering commitment to helping others during a time of great need, and for assisting those affected by the recent plane crash, your courage, compassion, and willingness to place the safety of others above your own exemplify the very best of Laredo's spirit. Through your heroic actions, you provided hope, comfort, and aid during a moment of tragedy and uncertainty. Your dedication to serving others stands as an inspiration to our entire community and reflects the values that make Laredo strong. I'm also going to read the congressional recognition, and it states, in recognition of your heroic and selfless actions during a time of great need, we honor your unwavering courage and compassion in the face of tragedy. When disaster struck, you rushed without hesitation to aid those in need, putting the lives of others before your own. Your extraordinary bravery and willingness to act embody the highest ideals of service, humanity, and sacrifice. As good Samaritans, your actions brought hope and help in a moment of crisis. For your remarkable commitment to helping others, we proudly extend this recognition in your honor. Signed by Congressman Henry Cuellar. May I please have Mr. Matthew Amaro come forward. If you would like to look forward, we have the cameras up here.
Ready? One,
The recognition.
Yes.
1, 2, and here. 1, 2, and
Mr. Damian Garza, please come forward.
One teacher here. Ready, one, two, and right here. One, two, and three.
Vamos por acá, por favor. Gracias.
Mr. Ivan Franco. We will certainly take some pictures with your families in a moment.
Okay, one teacher here. Ready, one, two, and right here. One, two, and three. Okay.
All right, over here, please. 5 seconds. Thank you.
Mr. Jonathan Mendez.
I recognize the gardener shovel that he was using. I used that a couple of times.
One here. One, two, and three. Right here. One, two, and three.
Aquí, por favor. Gracias. Por acá, por favor. 5 segundos.
And Mr. Federico Bouvier IV. Yes.
One here. Ready? One, two, and three. Perfect. Right here. One, two, and three.
Aquí. Gracias. Usted. Por favor, Kristen. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you all. This is not over. Mayor, I invite you back to the podium if you would like to if you would like to wait, but I invite you to the podium again for the reading of the proclamation. I'll give it right here. Mayor? We put it in them? Yes, I think so, yes. Thank you.
Office of the Mayor, City of Laredo, Texas, Proclamation. Whereas, on June 16, 2026, during an aircraft emergency near the Laredo International Airport, numerous citizens demonstrated extraordinary courage, compassion, and selflessness by assisting passengers and supporting emergency response efforts. Whereas, these individuals acted without hesitation, placing the well-being of others above their own concerns and exemplifying the highest ideals of service, humanity, and community support and spirit. And whereas their quick thinking, bravery, and willingness to help during a time of uncertainty contributed to the safety and care of those affected by the incident. Whereas their actions served as a powerful reminder that heroes are often ordinary citizens who choose to step forward in extraordinary moments, reflecting the values that make Laredo a strong and caring community. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Victor Di Trevino, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of City of Laredo, County of Webb, State of Texas, do hereby proclaim June 22nd, 2026 as Laredo Heroes Day in the City of Laredo and encourage all residents to recognize and celebrate the courage, compassion, and selfless service displayed by these remarkable individuals whose actions inspired our community and demonstrated the very best of humanity.
Before we proceed, Mayor, there's one more.
All right. Okay. All right, one more individual that was not here when we said. Yes. That's for Sergio Garza Cardona.
Thank you, Mr. Cardona. We apologize for the oversee, but we need the picture.
This way. Over there? Oh, right over here? Mayor? Middle.
Right here. 1, 2, and 3.
Acá, por favor. 5 segundos. Thank you.
I now please invite Mr. Damian Garza, Matthew Amaro, Ivan Franco, Alex Medellin, Jonathan Mendez, and Federico Bouvier. Mr. Sergio Garza, please stay with us in the front, all of you, for a picture with your proclamation. I will call each of the families so that we can take a picture with each of you, okay? Thank you.
Mayor, please come over this way. Congressman, this way, please. Right there. There you go. Okay, right here with me for the mayor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you.
Wait, uno más aquí. 1, 2, and for the congressman's office, right here. 1, 2, and 3.
Can we do left to right, please? Can we go from, start from here, please? Good, thank you. you. Round of applause, Jeanette. 5 seconds. Right in the middle, please. And on the right. And we should be good.
Right here, guys. One last. 1, 2, 3. One more. Good.
Okay, thank you.
To the family of Mr. Sergio Garza Cardona, please come forward.
Families back there.
Okay.
Please get a picture.
All of the families, please, you can go through the each side, so you can take a picture. You can go upstairs. Sí, te la tomamos.
Right here in the middle. Do y'all want to move into the middle, please?
Te voy a poner aquí primero y luego tengo la lista aparte de los demás. Estoy raya y raya con esta pluma.
Vamos a empezar de este lado. I'm going to ask everyone to take one step a little closer, especially the front row.
Right over here with me for the mayor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more.
Sí,
Thank
sí,
you.
sí.
De este lado. Ok, acá. En medio.
Una más aquí. Gracias.
Una más acá. Rodillas.
Ya.
¿Sí? Y yo nada más también. La tuya conocida. Ready, 1, 2, and... Sorry, one more. Thank you. One more. I'm sorry.
¿Nada?